So I just almost lost my Inspire 2 over there behind me in this park with this beautiful ocean. And this will be the third Inspire that I probably lost in the last 5 years. So let me tell you all about it. What's going on, guys? My name is Eddie and I am a drone content creator here in New York City. And like I've been saying for quite a while, we're gonna be expanding to be talking just much more than just drones because I think to me, drones are just getting too stale and there's not much to improve. But the reason why you probably clicked on this video is because you wanna know more about the Inspire 2 and how I probably just almost lost the Inspire 2. And with the Inspire 3 coming out in a relatively short period of time, I wanted to take some time to really start cranking out some content on the Inspire 2 and really talk about all the things that I really hate about the Inspire. The Inspire has been possibly the worst drone investment I have ever made in the last 7 years of me flying drones. I started flying drones with the GoPro, not the GoPro Karma, but I think that drone is even better than the Inspire. But I started flying drones with the 3DR Solo, and the Inspire is a very cool and powerful tool, but for a traditional hobbyist, I am a hobbyist first before anything professional. For a traditional hobbyist, the Inspire is such a bad idea in so many ways, and really want to take some time just to discuss my recent experience and today's experience flying the Inspire and why I don't recommend it. So the Inspire 2 that I've owned for now 5 years, this is my third one like I mentioned, is a drone that has a lot of ancient technology. For starters, it has light bridge, and that alone frustrates the heck out of me, and that's probably the number one reason why I truly hate this drone. Light bridge is just such an antiquated system that it doesn't make sense to fly. You cannot fly around other people at all, because the minute that you do, anyone with OcuSync 2, OcuSync 3 especially, will really knock you out of the air. Most recently, I was flying with Billy Kyle in Far Rockaway, and I couldn't fly between Capture Life, which is Stevie, and Billy Kyle flying the Mavic 3. I just kept getting knocked out of the sky left and right. 500 feet out, the drone will disconnect and will start to return home. Now, batteries on the Inspire 2 are also something that I really dislike. They take such a tremendous amount of time to really charge up. I started charging 4 batteries yesterday around 9 in the morning, and they finished around 12 noon. So almost 3 to 4 hours to charge 4 batteries. And as you know, with the Inspire 2, you need 2 pairs in order to fly the Inspire. So 2 batteries have to go into the Inspire 2 in order for it to even take off. The video transmission, because of light bridge again, is not the greatest. And that also aggravates the crap out of me. The video that you're getting back to the drone is not the most pleasant video, it's not the most pleasant transmission. I think it says that the Inspire 2 is capable of 1080p video, but obviously I don't think it's 1080p at all. It must be 720p. So usually when I'm flying this drone, looking at the screen, it's a whole different experience than looking at your Mavic 3 screen or your Mini 3 screen. So with the Inspire 2, looking at your screen, I'm using a crystal sky. It's really difficult to kind of see your subject and see whether you're in focus or not, just because the transmission of the video going back to your receiver, to your controller, is not as crystal clear as perhaps what we're used to in 2023. The Mini 3, the Air 2S, the Mavic 3, all those drones have stellar video transmission back to the RC compared to the Inspire. And again, I allude this to the light bridge technology that the Inspire is carrying. Now for the remote, I also do own Descendants remote, and that is yet another big mistake that I made when buying my Inspire 2. My Inspire 2, when I bought it, I tried to rig it out as much as I could. So I bought the X5S camera. Thank God I didn't buy the X7 camera. And I also bought the ProRes license and the Cinema DNG RAW, as well as 256 gigs of storage via the SSD. So I spent a lot of money in my Inspire rig, and I tried to rig it out as much as I could to get the best, most pleasant experience flying it. But just over the last couple of weeks, as I'm dedicating some additional time, because of the anticipated Inspire 3, I just remember how much crap you need in order to fully kit this out. When buying the Inspire 3, or if you're even considering buying the Inspire 3, be prepared to spend some big money, some big bucks. And you gotta put your hands deep into your pockets to really get the most out of that drone. That's not a Mavic drone, if you will. You're gonna need a lot of components to really make the best out of it. Also, something to factor in and remember is that with the Inspire, you're carrying a gimbal, right? In my case, I am carrying the X5S, as I just mentioned, and that is just the gimbal. So you do need, various lenses for that camera. And I have several cameras. Now, another very annoying feature of this Inspire is that although you can get some really nice compression shots, because you're switching out lenses, right, between a 16 mil, a 35 mil, 45 mil, you also have to go ahead and calibrate each and every time. Recently, as I've been flying lately, especially in Far Rockaway, I mounted a 45 millimeter lens. I forgot to calibrate. I thought I was capturing the most incredible compressed shots of Far Rockaway with the city. But as you can see here in this example shot, there was tremendous jello, and all that jello is alluded to the fact that I didn't calibrate my lens. So the gimbal wasn't aware of the additional weight and didn't compensate for that additional weight. You always have to rebalance and recalibrate the gimbal every time you're changing out lenses. Now, what I will share is that once you do figure everything out on the Inspire, right? You set it up the right way, you calibrate, you put on your ND filter, you get all your settings just right. It is such a fluid, beautiful drone to fly. It is a workhorse. I mean, the video quality that you're getting out of it and the picture quality is just simply stunning. It truly blows out the Mavic 3 out the water. I strongly believe that regardless whether, you may agree or disagree with that comment, I think that drone in itself is just tremendous in terms of video quality. The production quality of the Inspire 2 is still world-class, second to none compared to any drone out there, hands down. Feel free to challenge me on that in the comments below, and I can go into a debate with you several different reasons why that drone is just so damn good. All right, with that being said, we're gonna bring this video to a close now, and I'm gonna continue to fly the Inspire 2 as much as I can over the next few weeks until I get my hands on the Inspire 3 for testing purposes. In the meantime, feel free to share any sort of questions, comments, or feedback that you may have around the Inspire 2. And that will also enable me to just gather my thoughts in terms of what content I will create around the current Inspire 2 that I currently possess in my hands today. And also will get my head thinking about the Inspire 3 when that is released. So again, stay tuned to my channel. A lot of Inspire 2 content coming to the channel soon. And look out for that Inspire 3 when it comes out. You will be seeing some content here on the Mr. Eddie Nunez channel. Peace.
I've been living on a good life, living like it won't stop, giving you the best of me, but now I'm feeling like it's all gone. Baby, where'd it go wrong? I thought we were meant to be. Now I've been living on a good life, living like it won't stop, giving you the best of me, but now I'm feeling like it's all gone. Baby, where'd it go wrong? I
I started this video by saying how I almost lost my Inspire 2 today. Let me tell you more about that in 60 seconds. Fly the Inspire 2 over the ocean, I kept losing signal. Each time I lost signal, there was a long pause. During one particular flight, the Inspire was at 35% battery and kicked into RTH before slowly coming back home due to the new power limit in the recent firmware. That, combined with strong winds, made me land the Inspire 2 in critical battery mode. This is not a drone you want to land in critical battery mode.